The last session, we have seen how to create the repository and we have cloned this repository as well. Okay. So then what we did is we created the, you know, um, local repository by cloning it, and we have added the first SB API to this, Spring Boot repo. Okay. So now we are about to add this repo to the our git local. Okay, so what is the command we have to use to add the this first esb api to our git local? Okay, so the command is git add and the file name you want to add. So this is the file name I want to add. This is the file name you want to add, right? Git add file name you want to add, you have to give the file name. That's it. Click enter. This file will be added to your uh, git. Okay, so you can add the files in wide variety ways as well. So you can use like git add dot as well. So if you use dot, so it will add the unrelated changes as well. Let's say for example, if you want to add only this one, so there is a one more change over here, so it will add that one as well. So you can add different ways, all the if you want to add for example all the files which is located over here. Okay, so you can use git dot also. If you want to add all, so you can use git add hyphen all. So these are the commands we will be using to add the file to the git local. Now we have added the file to the git local. Now the next step is, once we add the file to the git local, now you have to commit these changes. So commit this file to the git, saying that, hey git, I just have added the file. Okay, I want to commit this file to the my local branch. So what is my local branch? Feature Spring Boot data is the local branch. I want to commit this details. So I'll say I have a command called git commit, and I have to give the message. So message I'll be using, now to give the message I'll use hyphen m in double quotations. I'll write the message which I want to provide. Okay, so let me write this commands over here. So if I want to add a file, to add a file, so we have the to add a file, we have the following command: git add, and we can give the file name. This is one way. This is one way of doing it. Okay, and the other way is git add dot. Git add dot. It will add all the files which is there in the tracking position. So if you want to add, so there is one more way to add all the files. You can use git add hyphen all, or you can use git add hyphen a. It will add all the files which is there in the tracking position. So now if we want to only add the files, add the file only, if you want to only add a single file at a time, so you'll use the above command. So I'll recommend to use this above command, this command itself, instead of using this. So this will git add dot, git add all, git add hyphen a will add the unnecessary file as well. So the target files and the Maven related files it will be adding, which is not necessary actually. So better to use git add file name. Now this is for adding a file to a git local. Now once you add a file, okay, once you add a file, you'll be requested to commit the changes which you have added. Okay, so now to whom you are committing the changes? To your local branch. So if you want to check it whether the files you have added or not, the file which you have added, it is really tracking by the git or not, so you have to use a command called git status. So what git status will do? So it will show the commands which are it is tracking it. So you have added this files to the git now. Now from Git, you have to add this command to your feature branch. So this is your feature branch. So in order to do that, you'll be using a command called git commit. So to commit files, to commit files, to, to commit files, you'll be using a command called git commit hyphen m, like if you want to give a message, see here, for if you want to commit anything, so before committing anything you have to give it the commit message. So not to give the commit message, we will be using a hyphen m tag. So without giving hyphen m tag, you can't commit the things. Okay, so and you have to, when you are committing the message, you have to enclose the message in the double quotations. Okay, so here you can give the commit underscore message. Okay, this is one way of committing it. So and the committing is, it's based on the organization perspective. Okay, so if you're working with organization, some organization will be asking you to, add the work item number as in the commit message as well. Okay, something like this: commit get commit hyphen m, and here you'll be adding the work item number colon. You'll be, now here you have to give the message you want. Message, commit message you have to give here. Commit message you have to give. So why they are asking the work item number, in the sense, see, they want to track the commit message based on the work item number. So for this work item, you have done these many changes. Okay, so they'll ensure that these are the on this work item, these are the changes which is like occurred actually. If they want to roll back it at someday, then they can roll back the work item related changes as well. So that's why the people are like, in the organization level, the people are asking to commit the changes using the work item number. Okay. Yeah. So this is the one more way of like, committing the changes. Okay. So now I don't have a work item created for my changes. Okay. What I'll do is I'll follow this approach and I'll commit the changes. So if you're working with any organization, you have to follow this approach. Okay. So now let me go to the Git bash. Let me commit these changes. Let me commit this changes. Now, okay, let me commit this changes. Now, let me clear the screen. I'll be using a clear command to clear the changes. Clear command. What the hell is happening? Okay, I have entered the enter multiple times, so it is taking see, entered multiple times. So now I'll use clear. Oh God, entered unnecessary command. Okay, now I'll say clear. So now it will be clearing my screen, the entire screen. Okay, before I was like, I added some other commands and I have added the files, right? So I couldn't able to, see the plain workspace, something like this. Okay, so I have cleared my screen. So now the next thing is that we have, let me check the status now again, check the status. So if the status is having a file with the greens, so you can understand that, so Git is tracking your changes. Now you have to commit this whatever changes you have added to a Git, you have to commit these changes to your Git, to your feature branch. So this is our feature branch, right? We will be committing our changes. The command is git commit hyphen m, and here you will be giving the commit message. I'll say simple message, I'll say added first Springboard application. Okay, that's it. Just enter. So it will commit the things to the my branch. See here, added first API to this branch, feature branch. Okay. See how many 18 files insertions, 905 18 files change, 905 insertions. These are the files it is added to my Git. Okay, now I have to commit or I have to push the changes to the central repository or GitHub. Now, let's push our changes. In order to push the changes to the, to our, remote repository over here, to the remote repository over here, I have a command called git push. So you can use git push and you can enter. So it will say that, so git push you can do it, but you have to set the upstream branch actually. Okay, so you have to set the upstream. Okay, so it is saying that to push the current branch to the remote as upstream, use this command. So I haven't checked, I haven't set up the upstream branch, right? So I will be using that command. So git push set upstream, and you have to provide the origin. So where you want to do it, I want to push it to the feature underscore spring boot underscore data underscore repo. So this is the command you will be setting for the first time. From the next time, you will be just using git push. Okay, because so here we are integrating the local changes to the report, so remote changes. So now we have to provide the origin. We have to set the upstream, like where you want to do it. I want to do it to the Spring feature Spring Boot data JPA. Sorry, data JPA. It is not report. Data JPA branch. Okay, fine. Let's enter. So now it will set the changes to the stream branch now. So it is taking time to push the changes. Okay. So now if you are doing for the first time, it will ask you to log in. Okay, it will ask you to log in. I am using this NSK soft solution. So I'll be using this. I'll be clicking on that one. I'll be continuing it. Okay, now the changes will be pushed over here. Okay, rejected updates or rejected because of the remote contains the work that you haven't locally. This is usually caused another repository pushing into the same reference. If you want to integrate remote changes to you, git, you'll be using the git pull before pushing the changes. Okay, the thing over here is you can see. Let me open the local repository. In my local repository, the this particular first Spring Boot repo is doesn't have any changes. Okay, so here in my feature Spring Boot data JPA, I have a README file. So now before pushing the changes, what I have to do is I have to pull the changes first. So this is the mistake which I have done. Because of that only I couldn't able to push more changes to the this branch. So now what I'll do is I'll pull the changes first. So I'll use a git pull command origin. So where you want to pull it? I want to take it from the feature. I want to pull it from the feature. I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here and I'll remove the bracket and I'll do it now. So now it will pull the changes from the branch to this one. So you can see here, right? So this is the details. It is pulled actually. If you go and check your local, you will see, what is that? You'll see the readme file. Actually, here we can't see the readme file. Let me refresh it once again. Okay. So it might show when once we push the changes, then only it might show. Okay, let me push the changes first. Git push upstream branch. Git push hyphen set upstream origin feature Spring Boot data GPA. So I am pushing the changes now. It's taking time to push the changes. Let's wait. So again, it is asked me to approve the account where you want to push the changes. Let me approve. Again, it is throwing me an error. Let me check it. It should resolve that one. So let me forcefully push the changes actually. I'll use hyphen force. So it will forcefully do the changes. It will forcefully do the changes. Yeah, again, it will asking me to approve the account which you want to push the changes. I have approved it. So now it is pushing the changes. Now it is pushing the changes. Now let me go to the remote repository. Let me check it. See here, it is showing that feature Spring Boot data JPA has a recent pushes on 6th April. Okay, let me go here. Let me check what are the changes I have got it. See here. So the same commit message we have added, right? Added first SB API. So 7 minutes ago we committed and we pushed just now. Okay. So Spring first SB API is added over here. Okay. So fine. So this is the way how to, you know, push the how to add the file to the Git, how to commit the changes to your feature branch, from feature branch how to commit your push how to push your changes to the remote branch. Okay, so we have followed some steps. You also follow the same steps and push your changes to the remote repository. Okay, that's all for this session. In the next session, we will be working on the other commands. Okay, so then we will be um, discussing like what we have going to learn all those things. Okay. Thanks for watching.